Good morning, everybody. I'll give a few minutes to let people log on. I switched from night shift to day shift, so pretty tired. 3 hours sleep of real sleep here, not very good, but them's the breaks. See how this video goes. Let people log on and see. Yeah, people are coming in. It's pretty early out west. But I want to have a talk here about referendums, everybody sharing that, talking about it, and I want to get into that because it's sad. It's sad what people believe, what they'll eat. Canadians are notoriously, as I do this trip and I go and meet people, just how much people don't really know, and it's hard. It's hard for me. I try to get a narrative out. I try to share good knowledge, and people will be bamboozled. And referendums are a key one. $10 million a shot. That's what the average provincial referendum costs. That is the same cost as writing an entire provincial constitution by way of every provincial citizen. One shot deal. Enshrine all your civil rights. We're going to talk about equalization. Can equalization actually be won in a provincial referendum? The answer ultimately is no way, no siree, never going to happen. It's federal. It's embedded in our Constitution. It's a division of federal power. Again, I'm going to tell everybody, Section 91, Section 92 allow both federal and provincial governments in Canada to tax you in any mode, means necessary. And with the Crown power embedded in that same Constitution, the courts will absolutely side with Prime Minister and Premier, should Lieutenant Governor up through to Prime Minister mandate it. That's how it works. It's a waste of money. It's a way to trick all of you to get you involved in something that will yield absolutely nothing. You want to get out of equalization? That takes a federal party, and that takes serious amendment of our federal Constitution. The only way to do that is to elect somebody as Prime Minister who will ensure that they will destroy the Crown power embedded in our Constitution. That's the only way to change Canada. Only way. There's more to go into this, but I'm going to do another follow-up video. Second part of this, up late last night, Kevin J. Johnson, he posted in one of my groups, the 16,000, where we're planning a rally in 2023 for the courts. I target Superior Court, which absolutely 99% of Canadians don't even know where their Superior Court is or what its function is in Canada. Again, another problem with not having a provincial constitution. I've worked so hard on all this stuff. I've been through every court system in Canada. I posted last night, nobody seems to care. People want to believe whatever they're told, not what actually is. I took Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II to court. $3. I got out of jail. I got out of jail for a crime I did not commit. I was put through the ringer, badly beaten. I went to court against Her Majesty, and guess what happened? There is no hauling Her Majesty to court. The Attorney General had to step in. When I sent that service, guess what happened? They had to pull Justin Trudeau's finance minister of the time out of Parliament. Literally alive in Parliament. He gets pulled out to get served by my document. It was a precedent. You know what happened? I went through court. Kevin J. Johnson says, oh, you sue. There's no suing our government in Canada. Unless the Prime Minister is Her Majesty says you can. There's special interest groups that get through, determined absolutely by Prime Minister, through Governor General. That's it. Attorney General tied to that. All Crown power. And if you go the provincial route, Prime Minister goes down to your Lieutenant Governor and mandates. That's how it works. Those are the two highest courts of the province: Superior Court, Supreme Court. Lots of people know about that, but they don't realize Supreme Court is King's Court. Opposite of juristocracy. There are many, many, many legal experts across the world who will back up everything I'm telling you. That's how it works. I've shared this, I've shared lots, I've talked about so much. I've been out on the world stage, I've gone so far, and people still will go with any narrative, absolutely not backed up legally or in any credible piece of proof or viability. It's sad. It's sad just how easily bamboozled most, if not all, Canadians are. Very, very few can see past all the crap or actually go through the system to learn what it really is and what it isn't. I'm way ahead of many. Kevin J. Johnson says he's going to do all this as mayor of Calgary. 99% of everything he says is total bullshit. Sorry, I tagged Daniel Byrne. There is a municipal official who will back up everything I'm telling you. Municipalities have zero say in Canada over anything. They're mandated absolutely by Premier. It's a division of power. In our very limited constitution, all mayors are subject absolutely to Premier. And Premier sets an act called the Municipalities Act. They can change it at will with any majority government, mandating absolute control over every municipal official and how they operate. That's all across Canada. Doesn't matter. Every municipality is different according to their premier. There's no getting out of that law. People talk about referendums and change. They don't even know the difference between our charter rights and our civil rights. You have no provincial or territorial constitutions giving any rules of governance over your civil rights. Property, there's a big ton of them. Many referendums people want to see done provincially. Wow. People, you will get nothing done. There's no mayor that's going to get this done. There's no way you're going to get a referendum to change anything because the incoming premier with zero codified constitutions in place in Canada. Zero of division of powers. Zero. Meaning what you win today, what you pay for in a referendum, can be changed tomorrow with the next elected government. That's it. No say, zero accountability, zero rules of governance. We're way worse than China. It's called colonialism. Embedded in Canada, constitutional monarchy. Learn it, people. I don't know what to say anymore. And people will discard everything like they think they know. And then they get bent over and they literally get raped by every incoming politician. The people of Canada pay more and more. They borrow more and more. They transfer your wealth out to massive foreign interests that build and build with every single elected government you take. It's sad. I don't know what to say. You know, it's sad that all these people can build these big followings with money on total bullshit, and people will jump on it. Unbelievable. Share if you don't want to be one of those anymore. Share if you're tired of being lied to over and over. Share if you're tired of watching your government expand and balloon beyond all measure. Share if you're tired of it doesn't matter left or right government, it just gets worse. And they're all in league because that's the system called Canada. We need to settle First Nations. We need Canadian citizens to realize 80% of this country isn't available to you. It's nuts. It's nuts. I share, and still people go, oh no, this person's great. They've just lied to me. 99% of what they say is bullshit, but I'm going to follow it because they got a big following, they got money, they throw it on there. Doesn't matter where the money came from. I can promise you, anti-vaxxers and the bullshit narrative, plus environmentalism, plus another of other ones, are proven to be funded by Alec Baldwin and Kennedy Jr. Proven beyond all measure. Hollywood, right out of California. Democrats, radical ones, radical nut jobs. People with a lot of wealth, yeah, they made a lot of money out in Hollywood, but they have never lived a life, never had to work for a living. If you like California, go there. Try being a third-class citizen there. It's insane. Share. Start getting the truth out. Many groups are hijacked beyond all measure. All foreign interest, foreign funded. This is my video this morning. It's the truth. People, start looking at it. There's a whole slew of evidence on my timeline. Facebook, the changes they made in just in the last 2 weeks. You have to now scroll through my timeline. If it was a written post and it's got a Donald Trump tag in it, you can't look it up. You have to actually scroll the dates. Painful. But you will find that video and my complete talk. You'll find also in my friends list, I have very few Americans. The Americans I do have been with me a long time. They're all absolutely from the Trump train. You can Google search my name in media. They take a good crack at me back in 2019 about my Trump Twitter. That's no longer here anymore. I moved on because Nikki Haley was replaced by Kelly Craft as UNSC. I didn't need the Trump train anymore. And of course, Donald Trump is gone. He's talking about putting up another social media. He doesn't want anything to do with Canadian Armed Forces. All kinds of countries. He bans Canadian Armed Forces. What does that tell you? Man, we got a lot of work to do here, Canada. And it's sick because I'm telling you all right now, we are twice as bad as China. We're not commie. Everybody says communism. It's embedded colonialism. People got to start getting it right. It's sad. It's sad. Ireland, Scotland, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Scotland, Ireland ascended into the new UK UN status. But the years before that, they were treated miserably. World War II, it was Canadians, Scottish, Irish, thrown in like every war that Great Britain ever had. We were always the first to go in. Are there truths with people against vaccines and people trying to get narratives out? Just like Black Lives Matter, environmentalism, unionization, list goes on, left and right. We can go through the right and left side. It all gets hijacked by absolute wealthy individuals with scrupulous agendas. Everybody gets hijacked. I can tell you that. I've lived it my whole life. There's never anything that you build as an average citizen where at some point the wealthy come in and hijack it from you. And what I call bullshit bombs are these individuals throwing these radical agendas or crazy narratives in, and people grab it and they sit back and laugh, and then it makes you look like an idiot. That's the reality. This anti-vax group, there's a lot of validity there, a lot of people trying to share stuff out. And then there's a pile of embedded bullshit by absolute wealthy people. All groups are like this, left or right. The people never get the narrative that they try to put out. Best intentions, they try to put it out. Wealth always gets in the way and screws it up. And right now, that's the reality with a lot of narratives. And people will just jump on it, absent of all rational thought, or look at what it is and just run with it. You'll follow it, all of you will. And they do. And I don't know anymore. You know, it's hard. You stay the course, you stay with truth, and then everybody, oh no, you're not telling me what I want to hear. And then you wonder why you're so abused. And I get it. Without rules of governance, without accountability, this will continue. Canadians have been birthed and born and bred into a system so wrong, and it's absolutely illegal in this world. It's not communism, it's corruption of embedded colonialism. For the umpteenth millionth time, there are 0 constitutions, provincially, territorially, to protect 2/3 of the rights you're supposed to have. They're not enshrined in any way. You elect lying politicians, left or right, all parties, who don't want to codify any constitution whatsoever, because that would mean they would have to be accountable to you guys. And people say, oh, we're going to rebel. Do you think Canadians are going to rebel? The percentage is what? 0 point whatever? The same as what the COVID death rate is? Good luck with that. You need to wake up, people. You need to get a little smarter with how you research and collect information, where things come from. Americans, people run them down. They run them down all the time, but Americans, even left or right, they're smarter than that. Even with the narrative going on with Biden, Biden's already been hamstringed. The radical left hamstringed. The media from the United States is already rolling out so much, and Canada's going the other way. And Canadians are going to go the other way, whether they're left or right. They just go tunnel vision right to the narrative they want you to have. You know, houses, the housing market, it was all over the radio here in Toronto. Ontarians are giving up in the new generation even trying to buy a home, because it's unaffordable, it's impossible. Because Ontario, and I know, I just drove it, I'm experiencing it, I can visually see it, regardless of when I look at the GDP, I get to live it, see it. This housing bubble's coming to an end. Bank of Montreal stands up. Bloomberg's talking about it too. ETB, God bless them, and at least in Alberta, the only bank of its kind for a province, a province is not supposed to have, but we had a terrific premier in a particular time of history that fought the system against lieutenant governor after lieutenant governor until he won that right, which isn't constitutional. And Alberta holds that treasure. People get mad at ATB, but they never ever follow what happened with Canada here and the Bank of Canada, which has now been usurped by foreign interests, so that your filthy politicians can borrow from the public trust, which is all of you, at will, and inflation's about to go like this. Absolutely. You can't find an economist anywhere outside of Canada to tell you, Canadians, that you're not about to experience mass inflation. It's already going in the States. It's already published here this morning. And we're about to hit a housing bubble crisis where all of a sudden, people with mortgages, the value of your house goes, and you can't sell it and make money. And then the banks have to go, ooh, we should not have financed you for that home. Sorry. And they take it back. This has happened so many times in Canadian history. So many times. Share, or choose not to. Follow other narratives. dismiss what I say here, whatever, it doesn't matter to me. But the reality is, this is all coming to pass. And you will continue to get abused, all Canadians. Your taxes will rise, your value will go down. It will not be the wealthy citizens who pay the tax. It will be you, the working stiffs, the suckers, the Joe Janes. Your children will suffer worse than you ever did. Your grandchildren will suffer worse than even your children will. And they will crush the class down. That's what's happening. That's my video this morning. Not positive, but it's truth. And until people wake up to what has to be done here, nothing is going to change. You can talk revolution. Trust me, Canadians will be in the breadline lined up for 6 miles before there's ever a revolution. Unfortunately, that's history. Don't believe me? Look at the Irish potato famine. That's our legacy. That's what we are here in Canada. Canadians will take it so bad. You can look at World War II. Entire Atlantic towns wiped out completely because they were put in a front, sent into an area of war by a foreign power. Send in the Canadians. Every man of that town wiped right out. Whole divisions. It's the same thing. Some of the vaccinations, same way. There's a lot of data to support anti-vax in certain areas, but then they throw in the giant bombs planted by no less than the wealthy elite who want to usurp you, and people just run with it. Whatever bombs, oh no, you don't know what you're talking about. And I've had it. You can go on my Facebook, you'll find I've been run down by every single group, but yet when the truth comes out, when the reality hits, then people kind of come back. But you got to take the crap while it happens, and now I'm taking the crap. Oh, I don't want to hear it. People say, I don't want to hear that. I want to be told a lie. I'm Canadian. I love to be lied to. Where can I sign the check? Where can I give away my future? Oh, Rocco Galati, greatest champion of the rights. Oh, he won in the court. Sucker move. That guy is totally embedded with foreign interest. A foreigner who came here, destroyed you Canadians. He destroyed you. Rocco Galati destroyed you. Destroyed your Bank of Canada. Absolutely changed the public structure of all of you so that now politicians can just rape the hell out of you. Devalue the hell out of you. He made sure terrorists got all kinds of settlements, usurping your rights. You say, oh, Rocco Galati's winning our rights. Really? Where are those enshrined in our Constitution? Everybody says, oh, the Charter of Rights and Freedoms, it's enshrined in the Constitution. Oh, really? Show me where any politician has to follow that. Show me in the Constitution of Canada or in any experience any of you are going through right now where our Charter of Rights and Freedoms is enshrined and protected. Because I see it usurped everywhere at different levels all over Canada. I don't see any challenges to the Supreme Court. People say, oh no, they got all the... No, they don't. They don't have nothing. Rocco Galati is bullshit. He's foreign funded and a foreign interest. But people say, oh no, he's a champion. Champion of what? Italy? People don't want to look at what is. They want to be lied to. If you want that, go out there and go get it. I will never lie to Canadians. I'll never lie to any of you. I work hard my whole life. I'm out here doing a job because I have to, because it's COVID, to provide for my family and make sure there's some kind of future. I don't suck on the tit. I'm not on the public purse. I am the public purse. I pay out to that public purse. Share. Important video. People can take it as it is. People can leave me. They can quit, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I don't care. The truth is always going to be given to you from me. No lies, no strings attached. Been through the ringer. Got no reason to lie to anybody. And everything I share is always absolute truth. Bye now.